Good morning to everyone. This is Sangeetha of 2nd BComB, Department of Commerce from KCS Kasanarar College of Arts and Science. In this video, we are going to see about winding up. Winding up or liquidation of company represents the last stage in the life of the company. It means the proceedings by which the company is dissolved. The assets of the company were disposed, sold, and the debts were paid off from the realized asset. And the surplus, if any, is then paid to the members in proportion to their holdings. Commencement of winding up of company by tribunal under Companies Act 2013. The winding up of a company is a process in which assets of the company has to be sold in order to make the remaining payment. Modes of winding up. Winding up is divided into two: compulsory winding up by the tribunal and voluntary winding up initiated by resolution of company general meeting, which is divided into members voluntary winding up and creditors voluntary winding up. Winding up by the tribunal. This type of winding up is also called as compulsory winding up. The following were the circumstances in which the company of tribunal order for winding up of the company, which is special resolution, inability to pay for its debts, sick company, default filing financial statement, fraudulent trading, just and equitable. First, special resolution. A special resolution for winding up by tribunal is passed by the members in the general meeting, but the members have not been prepared for this mode of winding up. Inability to pay for its debts. The company may, by order, to wind up if it is unable to pay its debts to the creditors, amount exceeding to 1 lakh within 21 days from the demand made by the creditors. Sick company. The tribunal may order for winding up in case of companies which are not able to revival and rehabilitate. Default filing financial statement. If the company has failed to file the financial statement with oversee for proceedings 5 years, the tribunal may order for compulsory winding up. Fraudulent trading. If, in the opinion of the tribunal, that the affairs of the company have been conducted in fraudulent manner, it may order for compulsory winding up. Just and equitable. If the tribunal is of the opinion that the company should wind up, which is just and equitable, the tribunal may order for winding up in the following cases: when the image of the company is gone and failed to achieve its objectives, when the minority is depressed, when the company is suffering from continuous losses. Voluntary winding up. Voluntary winding up means the winding up by the members of creditor without interference of the tribunal. The object of winding up is that the company's creditors members are free to settle the affairs without interference of the court or tribunal. The following procedures adopted for voluntary winding up: ordinary or special resolution. The company may wound up voluntarily by passing ordinary resolution if the period of the company is expired. Otherwise, a special resolution must be passed in the general meeting to wind up the affairs of the company. Declaration of solvency. If the company decides to wind up voluntarily, the directors have to make the declaration stating that the company has no debts, and if it has any debt, it can be paid in full out of the assets of the company. This declaration must be made within 5 weeks of passing the resolution, and the copy of the declaration to be filed with the oversee. Appointment of liquidator. The company in general shall appoint one or more liquidator for the purpose of winding up of the company, and they will be paid with fixed remuneration. Board's power cease. On appointment of liquidator, the power of the board cease, and liquidator will take over the charge notice of. Notice of appointment of liquidator. The company shall give notice to the oversee about the appointment of liquidator within 10 days of appointment. Duty of liquidator to call a general meeting. The liquidator shall call a general meeting of the company at the end of every year from the commencement of winding up. Duty of liquidator to call creditors for meeting. If the liquidator is of the opinion that the company will not be able to settle its debts, he shall call up for the creditor meeting and lay before it statement of assets and liabilities of the company. Final meeting and resolution. As soon as the affairs of the company fully wound up, the liquidator shall make an account of the winding up, and he shall call a general meeting and lay before its account during winding up. This is the final meeting of the company, and within a week of conducting the meeting, the liquidator must send to the overseer the copy of each account. Thank you.